The next game I'm going to talk about is Silver, which was originally released in 1999 on the PC, and then in 2000 they ported it to the Dreamcast. And this is one where I always remember seeing the cover of this game, but I never remembered knowing anything about the gameplay or exactly what kind of game it was. And it wasn't until I was checking out YouTube videos where I found out that Silver is actually a real-time hack-and-slash RPG. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to buy this game, check it out, and I have to say that I'm actually pretty impressed with it so far, despite some pretty bad shortcomings, but it does have a lot of great things about it to make up for that. First of all, what I like about the game is that it has pre-rendered backgrounds. I am such a big fan of pre-rendered backgrounds, mainly because of, the days of Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9. I just love that style of game where it has, that really detailed, nice background to it. The story so far is very, very basic and simple. You basically play as a character named David, where his girlfriend is kidnapped by the evil villain called Silver, and he goes out on an adventure to save her. And that's basically all I've gotten out of it so far. And one thing I do want to mention is this game actually has really, really good voice acting. I was really impressed by it. Everything is fully voiced, and you have the option of turning on the subtitles, which I did, and I have to say I really enjoy the voiceovers in this game so far. When it comes down to the gameplay, it's very basic. It's a real-time action RPG, so all the actions are handled by presses of the button, so nothing is turn-based here. You have your standard attack mapped to the A button, and then you have additional moves, which it's a little bit awkward, but you have to hold down the right trigger, and then you use the left joystick to do your attack. So if you want to do a lunge forward, you hold down the right trigger, press up on the joystick. If you want to do a slash behind you, you hold the right trigger, press down on the joystick, and same thing for the left and right directions as well. Magic attacks are handled by pressing the left trigger and then the A button, as well as your ranged attacks, and then blocking is also with the right trigger and pressing the B button, so the controls might just be a little bit more complicated than they need be. However, don't forget this is a port of a PC game, so I'm sure they had to do some work with the controls to get it ported over correctly. The graphics in the game are very impressive. As you guys heard me gushing before about pre-rendered backgrounds, this game is no exception. So far it's gone from a couple of different locations, like to a nice wooded forest location, into a dungeon that's inhabited by little red imps, and dark caves that are inhabited by these rock golems. So far, in the progress that I've made in the game, it's just very enjoyable to look at, even though sometimes the camera does shy away a bit too far from the characters, and it's really hard to make out what's going on at times. But that's just one of the few shortcomings that I found with it so far. Another thing is that there's no auto lock-on of any sort. I mean, it's not that bad, but sometimes it can get a bit hard, once again, when the camera is pulled far away to actually be able to tell what you're swinging at and if you're, swinging in the right direction. The main menu in Silver is handled as a radial dial, which you bring up to change your equipment, like your weapons and your armor, eat a health potion to restore your health, equip a different magic spell or a ranged weapon. Overall, it works fairly okay, and I don't have too many problems with it. I am up to the point in the game now where I do have a second character and I could switch between them, and I believe you can have up to 4 characters later on in the game, so you can get a nice little party assembled. And overall, from what I played so far with Silver, I'm actually pretty impressed with it. I would recommend it for fans of hack-and-slash RPGs, or anybody that is a fan of PC RPGs and just kind of wants to maybe play one on a console. I'm enjoying it so far, and I would recommend it.